Okay, well, I got the front wheel rebuilt on the CL175, and cleaned up real nice. Put it on a new tire, new tube, new cleaned up spokes. The wheel cleaned up really nice. Yeah, we do have to check balance and possibly add some weight. I gotta get my Allen wrench. Sorry for walking in front of the camera. Once more. Okay. You should have an Allen wrench chained to this thing. Now there'll be some editing, I guess, because I don't know how long it'll take to settle in, but this is just like the rear wheel. I had to add quite a bit of weight opposite the valve stem. Looks like I'm gonna have to do that here too, and quite a bit again. Okay, let's get our weights. I just saw them. Okay, I'm going to start off with just taping the weights opposite the low spot. So I'm going to go right to the top. I'm going to start with 4 weights per side. It's not going to work. Not with that tape. Let's put you on pause and find something better. Okay, we'll try some electrical tape this time. I've got 4 weights per side. We'll go right up at the top. I'm using this much weight because the rear wheel felt about the same and it ended up with 6 per side. I don't know why. Maybe I should take a valve nut off. Okay, now we spin again. Okay, we stopped. See the tape said about 10 o'clock. Spin again, see if it stops at a different spot. And it does. Okay, I'm going to call that good. We'll let's clean up the rim a little bit and glue those on permanent. Let's find my carburetor cleaner. Okay. We're going to put these right here at the very bottom. Alright. So start with this side. So these wheels cleaned up real nice. I spent a lot of time on the spokes. These are all rusty. I've gone through, sanded every spoke, polished every one of them up. Okay. Thought that was a pretty good guess. 8 weights. Two. And it's just a scrambler. I mean, we're not going at highway speeds, but it's nice to have the tires balanced, wheels balanced. I mean, if these were far out enough that you would have known. It would have been uncomfortable at speed. Especially both of them going off like that. Let's see if I can get on a form. Maybe, so what I did, there's controversy on this. Oh, let me finish before I start talking about something else. Let me finish what I'm doing. There you go. Hold on for that controversy. Okay. Okay. Valve stem is the bottom. Okay, now I'll talk about controversy. Everybody says, well, not everybody. Some people say that this nut should be locked down hard against the rim. Others say it should be backed all the way up and tightened against the cap. And what that does, I don't know what that does. It allows this to float freely. Something about the tube shifting inside the rim. If at high speeds, if it's loose, you will, and your wheel, your tire starts slipping on the rim, you can see that happening by the tilt of the valve stem. I don't know. It's controversy. I'm not going to try to explain it here. But I've got there's the tube, and then against the tube you have a washer. It's like a cup. And then I have one nut, and then the second nut on top. So that's a lot of added weight here. And I don't know if that's, either I can lose the washer, or I can lose the backing nut. I'm not sure. But let's see if this works, or if I have to add more weight. I think I'm good. All right, we're good. We call that wheel balanced. Like I said, I've got the brake cleaned up real nice, and we're going to go over a lot of other things I did on the Scrambler. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, I hope I don't ramble too much, but here's an update on the Scrambler. You can see the forks are off. The front end is all disassembled. You saw the front wheel. The front forks have been rebuilt to the point of needing parts. Once again, I've got the wrong seals. I don't know what it is with me with ordering the wrong fork seals. This wasn't my fault. These forks, the books say, should be for a K8 model, and they are actually for the earlier model, which has a 31 millimeter inner diameter and a 41 millimeter outer diameter for the fork seals. Now, this bike is supposed to have the ones that are, hi Smudge, this is Smudge, hey buddy. So the most common stocked seal and easy and cheap to get is a 43 millimeter outer diameter, and that just won't work. So I had to go to a not a motorcycle supplier, but a seal supplier, and order a 31 by 41 millimeter seals for those. So those should be here hopefully at the end of the week, and we can put the front end back together, and that will be complete. Clean those up yet. All right, rest of the update. Let's do a walk around. See, we've cleaned the motor, and it came out real nice. I'm very happy. It's used Alumabrite and a wire brush and some steel wool, and then some aluminum protectant, and she came up nice and clean. Now, what else have we done? Oh, very important, we cleaned the pipes. That's one pipe. Cleaned all the rust off the header. It's actually in very nice shape. Cleaned the front fender in very nice shape. Did a very crucial patch on the muffler. This had a rust hole in the bottom of it, about I'd say about a 1/2 inch by 3/4 inch, and we put a plate over that, and we bonded, cleaned all the rust out, cleaned up the hole, and bonded this with JB Weld and rivets, and riveted in. And this, I'm very happy with the way that repair came. And you won't see that. That's on the bottom of the muffler, and you have a heat shield that goes over the top. So I'm very happy with that repair. There was some pitting on the headers, but it cleaned up fairly well. Not bad for a 73 motorcycle. All right, getting to more mechanical things. We had some confusion when I first started looking at this bike, because I had two different plugs. I'm like, why do I have two different plugs? Well, there's actually two different size plugs. This number one cylinder had been tapped out for a 14 millimeter plug, which is fine, but they still had the wrong plug in it, and I would rather have the correct plug. So I had to clean up the threads a little bit more, and I have purchased, this is the plug they had in there. This is the plug that was in there on the other, on cylinder 2, and you can see it's too long. I'm going to pause you here. Okay, so this is the plug that was in there, and this is the repair kit I bought. See, it's going from M12 to M14 insert for auto spark plug repair. So comes with a tap and the inserts. Now the inserts are a little bit too long, obviously. So I cut one down, and now we're all set. I'm waiting for the correct spark plugs to show up. The originals that were in there were D8 EAs, and I had some new ones, so I tried those and I found out they're way too long. You need D8 HAs, H as in Harry, and I have those on order. They're a shorter plug and will work with this shorter insert. So before I can put this in, I had to clear out the hole a little bit because I started putting it in and it got really tight about halfway down. So the tap comes with the kit. I've greased up the tap really good. You can see it's got metal shavings stuck to it, and that's a good thing because you'd rather have metal shavings stuck to the tap than going down to the cylinder. So we chased the thread out on that gently. It tightened up at the very bottom. You can see that whoever did this repair before didn't drill quite to the bottom, and there's some metal there that I don't want to try to dislodge. It's deep enough for my insert, so we're good. We're waiting also today. We should get some red Loctite, and we should be able to insert that with some red Loctite, and we will have a completed repair, and we can put the correct plugs in. That will make me very happy. There's no way this was going to run before. I'm glad I didn't fight it with what I had. I tried a couple times to get it running. I'm sure we had tons of compression loss, so yeah, this is getting repaired correctly. All right, the next step is valve adjustment and double check our timing. I already kind of checked our timing. We're firing off at top dead center. I don't know if it's perfect, but we have to pull this cover off here and check the timing and check the clearances on the valves, and then we can start putting the pipes on and the carbs. All right.